right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Championship golf is swinging into St. Louis.
We love bringing big events to St. Louis.
How the tournament will help the city and college students.
Well, it didn't feel like it today, but a cold front pushed through the area despite reaching 90 degrees. But this is how we're going to feel it. Lower humidity. What that means for us the next few days and why it's really going to start to feel like fall.
Our top story, fundraiser fallout. A good cause ended early by bad behavior. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kelly Jackson. New tonight at 10, Fairview Heights police are investigating after a large fight shut down the Midwest WingFest last night. It's an event held annually to give back to veterans and their families. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barcheski spent the afternoon looking into what happened. Laura?
Kelly, police say the fight ended in several arrests, and the organizers ended up making the difficult decision to cut the event short, which also meant their fundraising was cut short too. It's an event that organizers say draws more than 25,000 people every year. Midwest WingFest in Fairview Heights fills up the St. Clair Square parking lot for 2 days with dozens of booths and live music, and proceeds benefit local combat wounded veterans and fallen heroes. It was going well until the last few hours of the event. Fairview Heights police say as soon as the sun went down, minors started showing up without their parents and were turned away, but some jumped the fences. They said in a statement, juvenile fights happened in the parking lot outside of the fence line. Several gunshots near the Firestone parking lot were heard by multiple people. Organizers tell 5 on Your Side this is the first time this has happened in 16 years, and they go through extensive measures to keep people safe. Quote, when it became clear that we would not be able to safely control the entirety of the situation, we coordinated with Fairview PD to make the decision to close early. Police say they had to call in other departments and ended up arresting 2 people for fighting. It's unclear if they were juveniles. In addition, several juveniles were pepper sprayed in the incident. They say organizers pay the city to have extra police officers at the event and place cameras all throughout the space. The statement from Midwest WingFest goes on to say, "We are grateful that no one was seriously injured last night and everyone got home safe." While the event is over, there's still a way to give back. We have a link on ksdk.com if you'd like to donate to the cause. Kelly.
All right, thank you, Laura. Well, after last week's extreme heat, we may be in for a cool down. 5 on Your Side meteorologist Gary Frank. Are we in for a little cooler weather coming back from the Labor Day weekend?
Finally, I think we are. And, you know, if you just step outside, I'm actually looking forward to stepping outside, even just versus hours ago with sunset. You notice that pretty strong north breeze that is ushering in that drier, cooler air for us for a good remainder of the week. It's not going to warm up all that much. In fact, you'll notice from north to south, 68 in Alton, 74 in Arnold. So a 6-degree temperature spread, that's going to continue to usher in that cooler air. Look at these dew points in the 50s now. That's a significant difference. Even looking at Cape Girardeau, Mount Vernon, those numbers in the 60s and even 70s, that's where the humidity is. But we've got a steady diet of exactly what it feels like outside into the overnight hours. And that's going to allow our temperatures to fall in the city in the low 60s, even cooler outside of the city. And as we look at the week ahead, we have dry and less humid air and cooler mornings. I mean, tomorrow's one of them, and then it's even cooler next weekend. A couple of rain chances and one spike in the humidity. We'll talk about how that impacts our rain chances and just how cool it's going to be next weekend.
See you then, Gary. The Show of Strength Telethon just wrapped up minutes ago and brought in over $200,000 in donations. Let's check in with 5 on Your Side's Mike Bush, who has been dedicated to hosting this telethon year after year. He is live at Grant's Farm. Mike, another successful night.
It really was, Kelly, and when I'm not crying because I'm so grateful, I'm just smiling from ear to ear, because every single year we come on the air and we ask St. Louisans to donate to this cause, to help people with neuromuscular diseases, and every single year they come through. This year we were able to raise more than $200,000 thanks to the generosity of our viewers. This telethon took place at Grant's Farm. We've been hosting our MDA telethon here for many, many years. The folks here enjoyed the night. They got to see a drone show, and they got to donate to our Show of Strength telethon. Rennie Knott and Allred helping me out. But once again, we raised over $200,000. I think, though, maybe the most memorable moment of the night was when Sarah Schwegel, who's a longtime MDA Goodwill ambassador and is now 31 years old, told us she can now brush her hair because of some new drugs. She's never been able to do that in her life. that's something we'll remember as we head to next year, Kelly.
That is amazing. All right, thanks so much, Mike. Great job as always. Tonight, police arrested a suspect in a deadly high-speed chase that killed an Osage Beach police officer. Christopher Aaron Bishop Waymeyer faces charges based on Missouri's new state law, Valentine's Law, creating the new felony offense of aggravated fleeing a police stop. Officer Felicia Carson died while assisting in the traffic stop. The new charges carry a sentence of 10 to 30 years. Police are investigating a downtown shooting that left 5 people injured early this morning. The shooting happened in downtown St. Louis's West neighborhood. Business owners and residents in the area told Mercedes McKay this shooting is just the latest in a deadly trend.
Just ran along from park to park to park.
Maurice Mosley has spent most of his life making sure people look their best.
I've been in this one for about 18 years. I've been in the business for about 55.
Known as the hair doctor, Mosley's shop, Paradise Salon, has called St. Louis's downtown West neighborhood home for nearly 2 decades, which is why crime on this street didn't come as a shock.
Overnight, I heard that it was a shooting, but it always happened like that. They ride around and look for trouble to get in.
Police say around 2:30 Sunday morning, 5 people were shot near North 19th Street and Washington Avenue. 2 women ages 35 and 22 and 3 men ages 33, 27, and 26 were injured.
It's everywhere. They're in cars. They're out in the county. They're everywhere. You just got to be cautious.
We spoke with someone who's lived here on 19th and Washington for over 17 years. He says he wasn't surprised to hear about the overnight shooting and says crime has always been an issue. 5 on Your Side looked back at shootings over the past few months in the area. Back in March, a woman was shot on 13th and Washington. Then in May, a man was shot and killed, and 3 others were injured, also on 13th and Washington. And in June, a man died after being shot near 16th and Washington. Unfortunately for Mosley, he believes the problem has only gotten worse.
It's just so much anger with these young folks now. Anger and mad and blaming everybody for their miscomings, for their shortcomings.
While the list of what Mosley would change downtown is long,
God, so much, so much.
he still sees the silver lining in the place he calls home.
I don't want to give up. I don't think it's hopeless, but keep trying, please.
Mercedes McKay, 5 on Your Side.
If you have any information, you're asked to call the Central Patrol Division at 314-444-2500, or if you would like to remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers. That number, 866-371-TIPS. St. Louis County Prosecuting Attorney Wesley Bell is speaking out on the Marcellus Williams case for the first time since his evidentiary hearing. Williams is awaiting a judge's decision on if he will be executed for a 1998 murder. A DNA expert recently testified saying Williams' DNA was not on the murder weapon and the evidence was mishandled. Bell tells CNN the findings are raising his concerns about the case.
In this case, there are serious questions about this conviction. And at the very least, regardless of your politics on the death penalty, no one should be executed if there's questions about the conviction.
The judge is expected to announce a ruling by mid-September. New tonight, the Wainwright State Office building has been sold. Our partners at the St. Louis Business Journal say an unidentified buyer purchased the downtown building for $8.4 million. In July, state officials announced they're moving its 400 employees to a new office in Chesterfield. The move comes as downtown St. Louis is experiencing the highest office vacancy rate in the region. New tonight, we are getting a behind-the-scenes, or rather greens, look at Belle Reve Country Club hosting the 2026 BMW Championship. It's the qualifying tournament for the PGA Tour Championship, the Super Bowl of the season, which wrapped up today in Atlanta. Annie Kroll heard how it also helps caddies pay for college at 24 different universities.
Belle Reve Country Club has a rich history of hosting major golf tournaments like the 2018 PGA Championship, potentially bringing tens of thousands to St. Louis. 2026 BMW Championship Tournament Chair Edward Glotzbach wants to continue that tradition.
Depends on a lot of things, parking, entry and exit, what are the safety issues. But it is an active discussion as to, we're obviously going to try to accommodate as many fans as we can.
In Colorado last week for the BMW, Glotzbach was actively taking notes at Castle Pines Golf Club as Keegan Bradley went 12 under. The 2025 U.S. Ryder Cup captain Keegan Bradley may have won this year's BMW Championship, but heading into it in 50th place out of 50 players in the FedEx Cup rankings, he's showing us that in 2 years, This could be anybody's tournament.
We love bringing big events to St. Louis because it really helps the city and the economy. You can show it off on TV. This one's extra exciting because Devon Scholars Foundation is the benefactor of it.
That scholarship means free room and board plus tuition for caddies with financial need based on their grades and averaging 155 rounds by the time they're high school seniors. Belle Reve caddy Logan Forrester is one of this year's Evans Scholars, playing D3 golf at Webster University his freshman year and footing the bill himself. His approximately $90,000 scholarship allowed Logan to transfer to Mizzou.
It's just a huge weight off my back. It was doable. A lot of people do it. It's doable. It just kind of puts you in a hole and kind of puts you down for a little bit, especially graduating and then getting into a job. You kind of have a hole to dig out of.
These kids are exceptional. They're hardworking, they're focused, they're goal-oriented. They know what they have to do to earn this scholarship, and it is hard work.
In Town and Country, Annie Krall, 5 on your side.
The BMW Championship is the largest annual fundraiser for the Evans Scholarship. Tickets will go on sale soon for people to attend in St. Louis.